All right, a quick shout out. This evening isn't even a full episode of Whiskey Tango Foxtrot. This is just a quick blurb here with the last few days left before the election. This is addressing all you fools out there. No lead-in music. Fuck Facebook. I don't want to deal with their bullshit today. Oh, you're playing music in the background, all that crap, blah, blah, blah. Fuck them, all right? Here's the gist, here's the skitty. All right, so it's 28th, now it's 29th of October. It's, dark 15. Anyhow, so you saw what happened yesterday on the 28th. All right, FBI director came back out, reopened the case against Hillary Clinton. Folks, plain and simple, here's the skinny. The bitch is corrupt. And I got to laugh at you fools that are voting for her on these early ballots and everything. And I've heard several people now that say, oh, I had to. I couldn't vote for Trump. He's an idiot. Let's do little apples to oranges here. All right, if Trump's such an idiot, how is he a billionaire? Oh, well, I've heard people say 7, 9, 12 businesses. You guys are all fucking experts, right? 4 fucking businesses that went bankrupt. Now, let's look at how many other people have claimed bankruptcy and successfully recovered from that. It's a fucking tax exemption for those that have been down on their luck that know how to use the system. It's not corrupt. It's not a criminal act. It's in the tax laws. Guess what? The government realized, hey, if we try to break everybody, nobody's ever going to try to make any money. We're not going to succeed as a fucking nation. So you got to have an out at some point. So yes, businesses and corporations can declare bankruptcy. Period. Now, you can't make any more money on that business, so you got to seek life elsewhere, or you just don't become successful. But he's had over 170 businesses that were successful. Okay, now before I get into too much of a rant on that topic, Donald Trump never built a single goddamn thing by himself. He helped direct the projects. He had maybe the brainstorm. He was the dude that was putting the money up. All right? That's how it works in business. Somebody else comes in and they pay the contractors. And now if you buy all the bullshit about, oh, he didn't want to pay his contractors, how many of you have had your house worked on? I've done the same thing. Your contractor doesn't finish the job to spec, or they don't finish the job at all. So you, if you're smart, not a complete fucking idiot, you have a contract written and they file it, or they sign it, and you file it away and have that shit notarized before the project even begins. That you pay X amount of dollars, sometimes it's 30% up front, sometimes it's 40% up front to get the materials in, to get your project going, whatever. But if they don't complete it on time, if they don't complete it under the specifications of the circumstances that you dictate on that little document that call a contract, that you will withhold the funds until the contract is met, or you will deduct from the final payment X amount of dollars. Okay? So that's how it works. Now, if you don't know what's going on in Donald Trump's world, okay, and I'm not defending him 100% because personally, I think the man's inarticulate and his mouth gets him in trouble a lot, okay? But I don't think he's a dummy. He's on that borderline genius retarded scope, right? So the point is, but Hillary Clinton, who's more articulate, oh, and she understands people and blah, blah, blah. If she's such a saint, then why is the Clinton administration or the Clinton Foundation, okay, why is the Clinton Foundation making her millions? Why is it that Haitians can't stand the Clintons because of what's been done to their country? Go see a movie called Clinton Cash, or better yet, Google that shit and watch it. And if you don't learn something from that video, then I would say just go shoot up some heroin or something, or go do crack, or better yet, go get on Flocka, or if you're into this new drug that's out, butt hash, go do some stupid shit because you're already on that track. All right, if you can't learn something from that video, and if you don't buy what's in the video, go out and do your own research. You're such the scholar. You're all Rhodes scholars, right? So here's the point, though. You guys want to talk about how Trump's not fit to control the button, the nuke button, the football, whatever you want to call it. He talked about bombing Islamic extremists. He didn't talk about bombing the world with nukes. He talked about using smart bomb technology and what our current tactics in the military call for. Okay? He called for, when he has to use the military, use it with its full force and don't let up. until your enemy is eradicated. Period. And that's the way it should be, and that's what us soldiers, sailors, Marines, and airmen have been bitching and moaning about for decades now, since the Gulf War, because we didn't finish it the first time, and then we ended up having to write it into history the second time. And then we pulled out again, and now we have this new household word called ISIS. Good job. Way to go, dumbasses. Obama administration, city planner, not up in the big leagues. Doesn't understand national security. But Hillary Clinton does? Oh, she can't remember shit because she got a concussion. Really? Well, when's that going to slip up again? When her finger's on the button? Do I order pizza or do I nuke Mecca? I don't know. You really trust somebody like that? Or here's the worst case scenario. Our enemies are attacking and we should be using that type of technology, and she doesn't make the call. Why? Because she thinks she can reason with her enemies rather than trying to take force upon force. Those of you that don't understand what I'm talking about, don't understand the military, don't understand tactics, and don't understand how history is written, all right, you have to be willing to defend yourself with force if necessary. Now, talking about force, forcible felonies. I'm a trainer for security, those individuals that require security licensing in the state of Florida. All right, one of the things that we teach in all of our courses is when to use deadly force, when it's legal, and when it's not legal. All right, and some of the parameters that falls under the use of force is that it calls for the defense of yourself or others when there's a forcible felony. Now, and I always get these one or two students that look at the board because I bring up all the forcible felonies, and these are just some of the examples, like murder, aggravated rape, aggravated assault. It could be aggravated or it could be actual. It doesn't matter. It could be battery, whatever. But if you fear for your life, if you feel that your response is reasonable and it's necessary to defend yourself against imminent danger, death or dismemberment or great bodily harm, those three words, reasonable, necessary, and imminent, you can defend yourself against a forcible felony. It's things like carjacking. But the very first word that pops up, treason. We don't understand treason in this country anymore, do we? Very simple. What this individual, if I say woman, they're going to all say, oh, you're a sexist. You idiots. Whatever. What the fuck ever. But what this woman has committed, some of the things that she's done, and I invite you to watch this video, Clinton Cash. Google it. You'll find it on YouTube. It's out there. It's a great video. A little lengthy. Some of you are going to fall asleep. I think they saw a car commercial recently where they said that the average attention span of an American is 8 seconds. Well, y'all are fucked. All right. But for those of you who can muddle past 8 seconds and can sit there and watch a 45, 50-minute video, I invite you to do so. It's some good information. And it's just one aspect of the Clintons. And I'm not talking about just her. I'm talking about him too. He's still in the picture. Like all presidents do. Jimmy Carter's still involved with Homes for Habitat for Humanity and things like that. Great program. Hey, I love the charity programs. I'm all for charity, not free handouts. Okay, helping those when you can, and when you can't, hey, okay, great, thanks. We'll call you next time. All right, but the point is, the Clintons have been so deeply embedded with these insiders. And this gets me. You Bernie Sanders fucks. Everybody got on the Bernie Sanders wagon and you wanted to, Bernie's going after the big money guys and blah, 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 blah. Yeah, but separating himself, and like Hillary Clinton does, separating herself from that tribe of the big money guys that you're going after. You're going after the corporations. You're going after the guys that are making you jobs. But you're not going after the bigwigs in government that are stealing from you. Taxation, in the form that they're doing it now, is nothing short of stealing. Okay? It's different when a corporation does it. You enter into a contractual agreement when you sign the dotted line saying, I will work for you for this wage. Okay. You have a choice. Don't do it. Now, do you have a choice with paying taxes? No. You're stuck paying your taxes, or you get this. Pay your taxes or else. right? Virtually, you've got a paper gun to your head, and if you don't follow through, then guys with guns will come to your house and collect your ass up. So yeah, it's a forcible felony. In my book, that is a forcible felony. If I don't feel that my family has enough money to live on, and I determine that I don't need to pay taxes, do I have that right? Do I have that capability? I have a God-given right to say no. But now what's going to happen? They're going to come to my house. They're going to kill me. They're going to take out my family. They're going to take everything that we've worked hard for. Is that right? And this is what our forefathers warned against. This is why we had a constitution in the first damn place. Something else that Hillary Clinton doesn't understand, but I love it. She's now facing new charges. They're reopening the investigation, and folks, and you're still out there voting for her. You're the same type of people that want to go out there and you want to try to justify activist groups that commit heinous crimes like, some of those that are involved with groups like Black Lives Matter. Hey, they go in and they burn cities. They assault people. They commit battery, or worse, a forcible felony. It seems like the people that are bitching the most and that want to elect somebody like Hillary Clinton are the types of people that want to carry out or justify carrying out criminal acts. Is that what you're going for? I've got to ask the question because that's what it seems like. Hillary Clinton doesn't have the capability to be our president, period. If she can't understand simple technologies like whether or not a server in a closet in a bathroom somewhere, loaded up with a bunch of other skeletons that she's got, is illegal, not just wrong, but illegal, what the fuck is she doing in that position? Why was she the Secretary of State? Why wasn't somebody up her ass with a microscope from the get-go and say, Miss Clinton, you're fucking up. You might want to adjust fire. Don't do that again. In the military, and we've talked about this before, in the military or in contracting, if you used a government server, nipper or sipper net, whatever, you couldn't even take a simple thumb drive and plug it into the USB port on your computer because that was an unsanctioned event. That was not authorized, okay? The only thing that you could ever use on a government computer was a CD that had already been scrubbed for viruses and other things so that hackers couldn't easily get into the system. We bitch and we moan about Chinese and Russian and Iranian and Afghani and all these other hackers. And trust me, you may think, and I've commented on before, yes, in Afghanistan you have an 11%. That's a 1 followed by a 1 for those of you that have got that 8% or 8-second attention span. All right, 11% literacy rate, and that is generally at a second grade level. However, you give one of them little fuckers a cell phone, they can open that thing up, get you free Wi-Fi, and hack into systems. They're pros at that shit. And now you want to remove some of the securities of the internet. You want to remove some of the securities and give control of the internet to some of these foreign nationalities. Good job. Why don't you just load the fucking gun and hand it to the criminal and cock it for him and pull the trigger, shoot yourself, and then he can just take your wallet. And it's not theft, it's just reappropriation of your wealth because you don't need it any fucking more. Are you that fucking stupid? Well, if you vote for somebody like Hillary Clinton, that's pretty much the way you are. All right? You don't trust Trump with the nuclear button. Do you trust her? Would she know when to use it? And would she use it appropriately? And who would she use it on? I'd be more worried that the bitch would redirect the missiles on our own soil. But that's a different topic. Point is, she's a crook. She's a criminal. She's got a conflict of interest going on. How did they go from being broke? First of all, how did they get broke in the first place? They were making millions of dollars anyway. And then all of a sudden they're broke and she's crying, oh, I'm just like you people and you all bought it, you bunch of fools. And then she's committing all sorts of heinous crimes, and then she's not supporting people that need her support, that she's in charge of, and gets them killed, and then she's lying about server scandals, and she's doing this and doing that, and there's so many things I can't even list them all in enough time. If I did that, you guys would fall asleep on me. All right. So, speaking of sleep, since it's about time for me to hit the rack, I'm out of here. But if you voted for Hillary, or you're about to vote for Hillary, and that's what you want, and I'm not even getting into all the sex scandals, hers or his, and all the immorality. If that's the kind of shit that you want, I question your ability to think as a reasonable individual. I question your ability to raise a family. I question your ability to operate in a civil environment. All right? For Whiskey Tango Foxtrot, I'm out tonight. I've got to ask, what the fuck, America?